What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Let's Talk About It. I'm Yvette, and this is my husband, Jonathan. If you are new to this channel, welcome. And if you are coming back, welcome back, family. Welcome back. So we want to talk about those people who have been in your life, maybe. That's all up in your business.
Come on.
They always asking you questions about your relationship, about your money. They always trying to figure out what you got going on at your job. Y'all know those people? Or better yet, have you ever been those people? We got a message for you today.
Mind your business.
Mind your business.
Respectfully.
It's always respect.
But specifically today, we really want to speak about, it's important to mind your business because it allows you to mind your purpose, to focus on the purpose that you have, that God has for you. Jeremiah 29:11 is the scripture that we're going to be really sitting on today. And it goes, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." See, God, He has these plans for us. But if we're always looking at what's going on in someone else's life, then we can never walk out what God has for our life. So today, what we want to do, we really want to identify ways for you to stay focused on your purpose. The first way is provision. And provision, like define provision, Yvette, like what that means.
So provision is a state of being prepared beforehand.
Yeah, I like to call it like that sneak peek. God gives you early access. When I kind of think about provision, in pertaining to my purpose in life, God, He really set me up. I'm really good at technology. I'm really good at, writing code and things like that. But when I was a kid, I was always the one fixing my mom's computer or fixing my auntie's or my uncle's computer. So God gave me early access. So you have to ask yourself is, what has God given you early access to? Some of us might not know what our purpose is. And that's the very first thing that we got to start on is figure out, what am I kind of good at? Are you good at cooking? Maybe you've been cooking for all your family members, all your friends. That might be something that God has given you early access to.
And, I think about, like Jonathan was saying, with those natural gifts that come out of you, that's really where you can start.
Yeah.
And I think about, even in my life, as you're talking about yours, one thing with me was I'm a good coordinator, but I want to talk to the people who have had complications with their natural gifts.
Yeah. Because
God may give you provision in something and then something is broken along the way to where you no longer want to walk in that. But it's like you're denying a birthright. You're denying a natural gift of yours that God has placed inside of you.
Wow.
So for those people, I encourage you to really go to God with those hurts so that He could help you identify where the brokenness happened, so that He can minister to those areas and help heal you in those areas so that you can move in that natural purpose.
Great. So, like we said, in order for us to focus on our purpose, we get provision, but also God is going to give us opportunities to practice. So there's, what I love about God is, like I said earlier, I used to always fix up all of my family's computers.
He still does.
Still does. Think about some of those things that you are naturally good at and you've been practicing. I mean, and maybe not practicing like, hey, I'm gonna go and practice my guitar today, but it could be more of just like, man, I just naturally am always put in a place to cook food for people, or I'm always put in a place to talk to people about their health. Whatever that is, God is gonna give you an opportunity to practice before others might have that opportunity. But also, if you're walking in the purpose that God has for you and you're doing what God has told you to do, you will see prosperity.
Amen.
You will see things grow naturally. I love to think of like a seed. And our purpose is our seed. And when we put that in the ground and we're practicing, that's the water. Now you're watering that seed, God is going to make it grow. So in order for you to focus on the the purpose that God has for you, you got to remember your provision. He's going to give you practice, and there's going to be prosperity.
Yeah, that's awesome. And, there are some practical tools that we can, throw in the mix, like always.
Yeah.
That'll help push you and propel you into that lane of focusing on your purpose. And so one practical tool is stay plugged in.
God is the plug.
God is the plug, y'all. Stay plugged in, because if you think that you're going to walk in your natural purpose without staying plugged in, I have some news for you. You're going to be led astray.
It reminds me, let's go back to scripture, Jeremiah 29:11. He says, "For I know the plans that I have for you."
Right.
So in order for you to go in your purpose, you have to be plugged into the one who knows the plans that he has for you.
Exactly. Well, let me tag in real quick with another scripture, John 10:10.
For the thief came to steal, kill, and destroy, but God came to give you everlasting life.
So the thief's purpose is to kill, steal, and destroy. So somebody has a purpose for your life.
Oh, yes.
And it's up to you to define who you're going to plug into so that you can walk into that purpose.
Yeah.
So staying plugged in is going to be a crucial part of the process. And surrounding yourself with like-minded people is going to be another important part.
Yeah.
And also setting practical goals for yourself.
Little mini goals.
Sometimes God will give us the end result, and that's for some of us. That may not be everybody's story, but God may give us an end result and we have no idea how to get there.
Yeah.
Because maybe there's a million steps in between there before you get to that end goal. Or maybe you've just set an end goal for yourself. But setting many practical goals along the way is how you're going to get there to that end goal.
That little by little. If when you think about, like you said, sometimes God gives you the end goal, like, hey, you're going to be this in your life. And if you only focus on just being whatever that God has told you you're going to be, and you don't say, well, okay, I'm going to be a chef in 10 years. You know what? How do you get there? Maybe you have to set the goal of, I'm going to first get a job working underneath the chef, then get a job going to school. There's those mini goals make it attainable for you to hit that big goal that God has for you.
Right.
And you don't get burnt out.
Right. And, some people may wrestle and battle with anxiety. And so these things might make you a little on edge, a little anxious, right? So even for those people, tiny goals.
Yeah.
It's going to be your best bet. And I think this last point is more so of just like a reminder, a little asterisk at the bottom is everything is in God's timing.
Yeah.
Not yours.
Yeah.
So to remember that is important because we live in this popcorn society where we're so used to things just
pop on my phone, let me do this, let me do that.
It's so easy, right? Everything is so quick, so fast.
Uber gets here in 10 minutes.
Hello.
30 maybe.
I'm like, when does Uber? I don't ride Uber. But anyway, so it's like you have to be reminded that God's timing is not ours.
Yeah.
And if God says it is so, then it is so. And it may be 5 years from now till you get that husband that you've been looking for or that wife. It might be 10 years from now till you get that job that you've been wanting, that dream job. But just remember that if God says it, then it will come to pass.
Guys, thank y'all so much. That's really all. I mean, well, we just want to remind y'all, remember that in order for you to walk out in your purpose, you have to stay plugged into God. You have to surround yourself with like-minded people. You have to set small, practical goals. And just that little asterisk, remember that God's timing is not your timing. All right, guys, if this video spoke to you, like always, please like or share. We would love for you to comment as well. We hope you have a great week, and we love y'all. See y'all later.